Hi everyone and welcome to EduLive. So today in this video we will cover chapter called the pot maker for CBSE class 9 students from their textbook called Kaveri. इसमें हम लोग सारे NCERT के सॉल्यूशन along with its explanation प्रोवाइड करेंगे. इसमें हम लोग स्टोरी ग्रामेटिकल पोर्शन एंड देयर राइटिंग पोर्शन सभी को कवर किया जाएगा. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट द वीडियो. तो इस वीडियो में हम लोग आपको प्रोवाइड करेंगे रिफ्लेक्ट एंड रिस्पॉन्ड, चेक अंडरस्टैंडिंग, प्लॉट मेकिंग एक्सेट्रा. ओके, थर्ड इज चेक अंडरस्टैंडिंग पार्ट 2, ऑब्जर्वेशन पार्ट, एंड फोर्थ इज क्रिटिकल रिफ्लेक्शन एक्सट्रैक्ट 1 and 2 along with its क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर. ओके, आंसर्स एंड क्वेश्चन प्रोवाइड करेंगे 1 to 7 सारे डिटेल में, एंड वोकेबलरी पोर्शन, स्पीकिंग एक्टिविटी एंड राइटिंग पार्ट ऑल्सो. ओके, so first is reflect and respond part 1. तो इसमें identify the vocation plus 5 more. Blacksmithing meaning shaping iron metals with heat and hammer. Second is embroidery meaning decorating fabric with needle and thread. Third is stone carving meaning sculpting arts from rock using chisel. The fourth is the leather work meaning cobbling shoes and leather goods. Okay, and fifth is block printing meaning stamping patterns onto fabric with carved blocks. Check your understanding part 1. First is pot making easy? So the answer is no. The story proves that it is extremely hard. Clay found 16 km away. One must climb down a sheer drop and carry heavy loads uphill. Second reason is the clay pounding in bamboo cylinder until exhausted. Arenal drops the malt many times. Shaping requires great skill. Even Santilla can't master it after years of watching pot dried and then carefully fired. Over under firing ruins the entire wedge. तो पॉट मेकिंग बिल्कुल भी इजी नहीं है. सबसे पहले तो क्ले को 16 किलोमीटर अवे से फाउंड किया जाता है और इसको शेप करने में एक बहुत ही ग्रेट स्किल होता है जो कि सैनिटिला, जो कि ईयर्स से देख रहा था, वो भी मास्टर नहीं कर पाया था. And there are various more reasons as well. Okay, second question is, can Santilla fulfill her dream? Yes. Then the reasons are passion since childhood, never wavered despite mother's disapproval, secretly visits experts potters, shows initiative and perseverance. Father Mesabo told the village council she will make the best pots in the village, and village council pressures Arenella to teach her daughter. And the third question is, will Mesabo and Arenella support Santilla? Yes, both will support her through relentlessly. Mesabo already told the village council Santilla will soon make the best pots, which shows support. Arenella opposes pot making from bitter experiences of its hardships, but pressured by the village council and aware of Santilla's sincere dedication, she ultimately agrees to teach her in part 2. Check your understanding part 2. First question is, did Onula's support help Santilla? Yes, Onula was crucial, identified the real problem. Santilla was too tense to work with her mother, gave encouragement, don't worry little one, I shall teach you. After Onula's demo, Santilla, with confidence she had never felt before, made her first beautiful pot. Directed Santilla to observe Arenella's rim technique too. The result is Santilla made nearly as many pots as her mother in one session. तो ओनुलास का जो सपोर्ट था वो सेंटिला को काफ़ी ज़्यादा हेल्प किया था. उसको उससे इनकरेजमेंट काफ़ी मिली थी एंड उसको डायरेक्ट किया गया था थ्रू वेरियस टेक्निक से. तो इसका रिजल्ट ये आया कि सेंटिला ने बहुत ही सारे पॉट्स बनाए थे. Okay, second question is, what does Santilla's observation tells you? Her sustained observation reveals intense passion. Even when training failed, she watched and internalized patience. After repeated failure, she kept observing, not quieting. Intelligence. After Anula's guidance, observation became focused breakthrough. And the last is humility. Accepted that she had more to learn, watched with respect and curiosity. Observations see passion, patience, intelligence, and humility. Okay, question third is arrange events in correct sequence. The first event is Santilla secretly visits expert potter. Second is village council warns Mesabo. Third is Arenala takes Santilla to the riverbank. Fourth is Santilla fails after a year of training. Fifth is Onolas teaches Santilla to relax. Sixth is Santilla makes her first beautiful pot. Seventh is Arenala dies. 2 rows of pots found. Eighth is a new pot maker was born. Critical reflection. Extract 1 and questions from 1 to 5th all are covered. Extract is pounding the stubborn clay inside bamboo cylinder is also tedious the reward. A few rupee. But if Santilla learns weaving, she can make much more money. Weaving is not messy but can be done indoors in all seasons. First is assertion A. Efforts far greater than returns. Correct reason is months of physical punishing labor yields only a few rupees, no satisfaction mentioned, only exhaustion and bitter frustration at poor reward. Second is, why does Erinla want Santilla to learn weaving? Weaving earns more money, clothes for family, done indoors all seasons. One shawl takes far less than month for pots, not messy. Erinla wants a better future for Santilla. Third is one advantage weaving has over pot making. Weaving can be done indoors in all seasons. Pot making requires outdoor clay collecting and drying in sun, making weaving more consistent and reliable year round. Fourth is handsome. Used similarly to the extract. Answer is they will make a handsome profit selling this property. Handsome here signifies generous, sustainable financial return, not physical appearance. Fifth question is why use a question mark in and the reward? It creates a dramatic pause before the bitter answer, amplifying contrast between enormous labor and tiny reward, conveying Arena's deep frustration and sarcasm. क्रिटिकल रिफ्लेक्शन एक्सट्रैक्ट टू क्वेश्चन 1 to 5 सभी को कवर किया गया है. So extract is Onula saw her taking out some clay, noticed that Sanitilla was too tense. As a result, the clay seemed unable or unwilling to yield the right shape. When Sanitilla wearingly let the misshapen lump fall flat on the ground, Onula went to her and said, "Don't worry, little one. I shall teach you how to make a perfect pot." First is Sanitilla's effort is clumsy because she is far too tense and anxious, which prevents her hand from moving with relaxed rhythmic confidence, causing clay to fail to yield the right shape. Second is don't worry, little one. Shows Onula was throughout thoughtful and generous. Thoughtful observed Sanitilla's problem, which is equal to tension not lacking of ability. Generous signifies willingly offer time and skill to teach. Third is which is an effect of a cause. As a result, the clay seemed unwillingly to yield the right shape. The phrase as a result signals an effect which causes Sanitilla to tense. Fourth, fashioned meant. It meant created. Onula shaped and made a pot using clay using her skill. Fifth is how might Sanitilla have felt when the love fell? Deep disappointment, shame, and helpless frustration. The text notes she hung her head in shame. The word wearingly tells us she was exhausted and demoralized, doubting she had ever mastered the skill. Answer and questions. The first question is describe the process of pot making. First is collecting clay, which is 16 km away at river bank carried up hills in basket. Second is preparing. soaked in turf, stuffed in bamboo cylinders, pounded to dough. Third is shaping. Left hand inside clay, rotate plus spatula in right hand, tap, tap, and tap. Mouth and rim, which signifies rhythm, slackened, stripped of dough, added to form rim. And the fifth is drying, meaning 2-3 days in sunshine. And the sixth is firing, loaded on clay, on hay, bamboo. Careful firing. Second question is warning by the village council to Mesabu. The warnings are first is it was Arenola's duty to teach her daughter. Refusing is a dereliction of that duty. Second is skills like pot making that did not belong to any individual. They are the collective heritage of the entire community. Experts are obliged to pass them on to anyone who wishes to learn or the tradition dies out. Third question. How did Santilla feel after a year of field training? Deeply ashamed and frustrated, hung her head in shame and frustration, especially painful as she had harbored this dream so long. Watching her mother effortlessly shape beautiful pots from the same clay intensified her sense of inadequacy, yet she did not abandon her dream. Fourth is Onula stood as if observing a new phenomena. Explain. Onula entered the work shed after Erinla's death and found two neat rows of pots, identical in quality and finish. She realized it wasn't one person's work. Overwhelmed, Centillas, who had struggled for years to shape a single pot, had in one session produced a batch indistinguishable from her master potter mother's work. Almost miraculous, a new pot maker born the very day her teacher died. Answer and questions. Okay, fifth question is tradition and history did not belong to any individual. What does this symbolize? This symbolizes the cultural heritage, collective treasures pulled and refined across generations belonging to the entire community. Second is communal responsibility. Skilled individuals have a duty to share and preserve knowledge for all. Third is warning against cultural extinction. Its experts refuses to teach tradition die with them. Fourth is reflect indigenous values. Individual ownership is less than communal well-being. Sixth is significance of the concluding line a new pot maker was born. It signifies literally Sanitilla's transformation from struggling learner to skilled independent potter. Symbolically was born equals to new beginning. Santilla's life as pot maker begins the very day her mother teacher dies, as if the craft created from one to the other. Continuity. The village council's fear that the skill would die with Arenella is answered. It will live on through Santilla. Seventh question is the role of perseverance in pursuing dreams with reference to Santilla. Despite family's opposition, a quiet continued learning from expert without confronting her mother. Despite repeated failures, a full year with no progress, many would quit. Santilla did not. Despite shame, hung her head in shame many times, yet always come back through patient observation. Even when hands failed, eyes and mind kept learning breakthrough. Story affirms perseverance, which is equals to active, ongoing effort more than talent alone. It makes dream real. Okay, so the vocabulary used in this chapter is tools and implements: dowel, digging tool, bamboo cylinders, carrying basket, spatula, plane. Raw materials are grey clay, red clay, hay, dried bamboo, water, duff. And process: pounding, softening, shaping, molding, drying, firing, and loading. Economic words along with the meaning and sentences. Vocation, meaning an occupation or calling requiring special skill. Example is pot making was Santilla's vocation from childhood. Second is livelihood, meaning a means of earning money and necessities. Example are Arena's pot making was the family's livelihood. Third is enterprise, meaning a business or a project. Example, the poetry enterprise required month of labor. Fourth is revenue, meaning income from a business or activity. Example, the revenue from one batch of pot was a few rupees. Next word is profit, meaning financial gain over cost. Example is the profit was weaving was far greater than the pot making. Next word is subsistence, meaning providing the minimum for survival. Example used to describe the word is pot making barely provides sustenance for the family. And next is determinants, fill in the blanks. First is the florist arranged 5 bouquets for her clients. They were displayed in an elegant floral shop. Second is the carpenter crafted several unique tables and one became the centerpiece in his furniture collection. Next is each of the apprentices in the culinary class demonstrated their knife skill during the intense cooking session. Fourth is many of the sculptures were displayed at the art exhibition showcasing their diverse artistic skill. Grammar portion. Okay, first is complete the suitable noun clauses. First is the elder emphasized. Answer is the pot making was the community's heritage and must be passed from generation to generation. Second is Misabu explained why Arina had not yet taught Santilla the craft, saying they had wanted a girl to grow stronger after illness. Third is Onula's promise was it was that she would teach Santilla how to make a perfect pot and help her gain confidence and technique. Fourth is Santilla observed what her mother carefully when she was shaping the mouth of a pot, which helped her understand the rhythm. Fifth part is the knil dash required careful attention. Answer is where dried pots were loaded in a uniform pattern on hay and dried bamboo and fired with great care. Okay, third is complete the suitable relative clauses. First is Santilla, whose passion for pot making had burned since childhood and who had secretly visited expert potters, practiced the craft diligently. Second is the village council, where the elders gathered to discuss matter of community importance and tradition, sought an explanation for Arena's reluctance. Third is the potter's hand, which moved with a practice of years of experiences, coordinating left hand spatula in a perfect rhythm, shaped the clay into beautiful creation. Fourth is Arenalas wanted Santilla to learn weaving, which was cleaner, could be done indoors in all seasons, took less time, and earned a much better income. Fifth is Mesabu discussed the matter with Arenilla and who had been aware of Santilla's visit to the porters all along and had chosen to pretend ignorance. Okay, next is more determinants from the text. Her, possessive, the article, next ordinal, a article, no indefinite, another indefinite, one numeral. Speaking activity, role play, Santilla and Onula. Santilla. I feel so ashamed. After over a year, I still cannot shape a single pot. I wish I had never tried. Maybe mother was right. Maybe I am not meant for this. Onula, don't say that, little one. You are fighting the clay when you should be trusting it. I did not see someone without talent. I saw someone too tense to let the skill flow. Santilla, when you told me to relax and try again, I did not believe it. And then I made a pot, a real one. I felt something I had never felt like before, like the clay was finally listening. Onula, watch your mother when she shapes the mouth. How she slackens the rhythm, watch where she adds the rim. You are a quick learner. I have seen it already. Santilla. I wish I could tell mother I want this more than anything. When I watch the pot taking shape, auntie, it is like watching something come alive. I cannot give up that feeling. Onola, then don't. Passion is your greatest tool. Carry it every time you sit down, and clay will know. Go, Santilla, the clay is waiting. Okay, as for the writing task, reflecting writing skill and passion. Step 1 is reflect on your passions and skill you currently possess or are developing. Why are these activities meaningful and enjoyable? Step 2 is Describe specific activities like hobbies, classes, workshops, or personal project that nurtures your skills. Step 3. What skills have the potential to become a profession? Explains why they are crucial or advantageous in your chosen field. Step 4. Provide examples or anecdotes showing how skills and passions complement each other. How have these experiences shaped your aspirations? Step 5 is summarize how reflection, what insight have you gained through yourself about your skills and your career ambitions through this exercise. Okay, key themes and takeaway from the poem called The Potmaker. Thus, perseverance. The Scintilla's unbroken determinants through family opposition, repeated failure, shame, and isolations prove that passion plus persistence, which is equal to mastery. Second is cultural heritage. Pot making is not one family's skill, it is the community's living heritage. No individual can hold a tradition that belongs to all. Third is mentorship. Anula's one intervention changed everything. A mentor who identifies the real problem can unlock a student's hidden potential. Fourth is continuity of tradition. A new pot maker was born. The craft does not die with any individual. When one generation passes, another carries the flame forward. Fifth is mother versus daughter. Erinla's opposition comes from love. She knows the hardships. Scintilla's insistence comes from passion. Both are valid and the story honors both. Sixth is labor and reward. The story raises a real tension, months of labor and a few rupees. Yet Scintilla chooses the craft anyway, showing that not all rewards are financial. Okay, that's all for the video. Thank you.